And we're off. Hi, I am Anthony Token Squid Price. Tony Price here. Episode number 6. The I Am Damaged podcast, which is a presentation of ToMack Entertainment. Any proceeds which may occur as a result of this podcast, those proceeds will go to the Gold Star Ride Foundation, a 501c3 charity organization that helps families of fallen veterans. Don't worry, we haven't had any proceeds. Again, what we're doing in this podcast, just in case you started at episode number 6, what we're doing in this podcast is I'm reading the journals. At the end of that, we will read through all the court documents and the court documents and the court documents and the court documents. And what we're doing here is I'm not going to opine at all. I'm just going to read what happened from 17 to 15 years ago, 18 to 16 years ago. And I have said it before, that if what happened to me were to be made into a movie, and you all watched that movie, you'd walk out of the movie theater saying that could never happen in real life. Well, and I'm here to tell you that it can, it does, and it will again. You know what can stop it from happening again? Maybe we just wise up a little bit and we recognize that it's not always black and white. Anyhow, this is Thanksgiving week, so I wanted to get something going, just so you'd have something for, to Thanksgiving. So today we begin on September 17th, 2008. It is a Wednesday. And on this particular day, this one is today's episode is going to be a little different. What we're going to read about in the journals is going to be first a meeting that I had with somebody we were discussing me writing his biography. And then we're going to get into a recorded diatribe, and I'm going to read I'm going to read the dialogue because it's a transcription. And then in episode 7, we will just have the actual recording of that conversation. We'll call it that. Okay, September 17th, 2008, Wednesday. Meeting with Christopher Anderson. Topher's story. A life of grace and guide to deity suffering. Number 1, God made me. Birth, DeGeorge syndrome. Longest living survivor of it. White blood creation is diminished. Congenital. Chromosome ID was 22q, 11.2. First test, had a heart failure. Number 2, God knows me. I need to know him. My pain, everything, it's a relationship. The difficulty is I don't know him. Number 3, God loves me. Conversion in 1991 and 1992. Anoka Ramsey Community College. Had to see about a girl. Inner Veracity Christian Fellowship. Number 4, God had a plan. Confirmed Catholic in high school. 3 years, most only do one. Another girl intro to the National Evangelization Teams in West St. Paul. Flynn with President Board of Directors. Number 5, prayer guide. Personal communication with God, offering sufferings for others, deep relationship with Mary, community prayer, 2 or more petition, praise. Number 6, sacraments nutrition, nourishment of souls, daily Eucharist, reconciliation, the first big dump. Baptism, the gift of the Holy Spirit, it settles. Confirmation, the glass of milk metaphor. Marriage, sacrament of the sick, and priesthood, St. Paul outreach. Number 7, fellowship, teammate, St. Paul outreach, more than guys on a boat. Growing in faith, sharing experiences. 5 to 8 are stepping stones to end each seminar. Number 8, service. Results of the first 3, capstone summary, story of violent breakup, emotionally, Franciscans taking care of others. October 1st, 2008, met with Christopher's mother. 2-hour recorded interview. For all intents, and Christopher had a boring life until he was an adult. I did get 7 pages of notes. Jim called me today. A copy of the letter I sent him is on this computer. He asked me to research patents. He has an idea for lights on a big truck that would mount on the wheels. October 2nd, 2008. Jim called back again. He's very excited about the lights on wheels idea. I was thinking about the election coming up and the bailout. I decided to write my name in the ballot for senator. Then called Christopher to help me write a campaign. Talked with Anna and she okayed. Bree at noon, Starbucks, short thing, white shirt and jeans. Started campaigning by calling in favors from anyone whose numbers I have. October 6th, 2008, Wednesday. I'm prepared to confer upon you an honor and a benefit second only to that conferred upon me by Andrew Carnegie by allowing you to become the first publisher of my work. October 6th, 2008, Wednesday, continued. The following dialogue was recorded October 6, 2008. The clock references are minutes since the beginning of the recording. I'm very happy with everything I have, and yes, I'm striving for more. Be careful, because on the street you might lose one of those things that makes you happy anyway. There's only one thing that makes me happy, my decision to be happy. I don't get this because you've read many of the same books that I have. You've studied the same stuff I've studied, and I've studied stuff out loud that you haven't studied yet. So it's not like this stuff is foreign to you, and on the day when you can decide to be happy, you gotta blame me. 1 minute 8. Yesterday we had a guy on TV trying to figure out why he was laughing at everything. Our conversation went along great. You had input. I had input. We watched a guy learn how not to laugh at his kids so much so he could discipline them a little bit. You weren't unhappy yesterday. Yeah, I wasn't unhappy with my friend. Maybe it's not that I'm unhappy with my friend. I'm unhappy with my husband. Maybe. Yesterday you were not unhappy with your husband. No, my husband wasn't there yesterday. My friend probably was there. He's there once in a while. He comes around when he doesn't have much to do. Too much to do. Are you referring to me as 2 different people? Yeah. 2:05. And which one of us decides whether you, your friend, or me, your husband, gets to be here? You decide. And at what point in this conversation did I decide to be your husband and not your friend today? No, once in a while you'd let me explode so here to you. Otherwise, I'm going to really explode and it's going to give me a heart attack or something. So now you're telling me that all of this is just because I haven't let you explode for 2 months? 2:44. No, I'm still pissed about it. Pissed about what? You. Now I see that you are kind of stuck there somewhere. You're not allowing me to be a mother. Okay, now listen carefully because I'll say this for the 6th time. Okay. I do allow you to be a mother. Not in the way I want. I just don't want you to split up our family. Okay, then we'll follow the rules and we're back there. See how we get back there? But you're still angry. Yeah. 3:23. Why are you angry? Because we have to follow your rules. Crew scheduling thinks. If I say it's okay to split up the family, you're going to stop being angry? Well, you have to be convinced about it. You can't just say okay. He, you're asking for something that's unrealistic. She, all right. He, and unwise. She, okay. He, and until you can provide me with some evidence that suggests otherwise, I'm going to have a really hard time changing my mind. We've spoken to marriage counselors who agree with me on this point. Actually, they're the ones who gave me the idea. She, what? He, we cannot grow our marriage if we are not together. She, there's nothing growing here. He, that's you putting out something you believe. You're not saying something that I believe. She, oh well, then you're growing by yourself. What can I tell you? Good for you. You have sex by yourself. You're growing by yourself. Man, you really should be a priest. Jeez. He, seems to me you were in the room the last time I had sex. She, you got too much power. Yeah, I was in your dream. Looks like. Phone rings. She, he doesn't want to answer it. He's too busy growing. He, what's wrong with growing? She, nothing here is growing. 5:30, long pause. He, nothing wrong with growing, but if I'm growing, I must be unhappy because I'm trying to make things better than they already are. I can still be completely happy with things the way they are and still try to make them better. I understand that in this world, in this life that we get to live, I know that if I'm not making things better, I'm dying. Usually that's called retirement, something I never planned to do. 6:15. He, I'm not the cause of your unhappiness. She, yes you are. He, I am merely the recipient of it. She, oh no. He, you don't have a reason to be unhappy. She, really? Why? He, you haven't told me one. She, like my dad, him, while his wife is watching TV while I'm doing some other shit, and that's growing together? Nice. I'm looking for it. I'm looking forward to that. 6:55. He, what would you have me do different? She, if you were happy that way, you're happy that way, I guess. He, we're not talking about me, we're talking about you. What would you like me to do different? She, you'll have to be my husband. Then you don't know how to do it. You won't read a book on how to do it. So, he, do you have one? She, no I don't. He, why don't you tell me what makes a good husband to you? Because all of the books in the world don't matter. The only thing that matters is you. 7:31. She, well, see, if you wanted to be a good husband to me, you would just be a good husband to be. And you wouldn't ask me to tell you how is a good husband. He, how else would I know? She, you think you just get married and that's it? He, no, as a matter of fact, I'm not doing that. She, she, oh yes you are. He, no I'm not. She, yeah. He, this conversation would have ended a long time ago if I had no interest in what you wanted. She, I thought it was over a long time ago because you know what? We've been saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. He, and you're not telling me anything. She, oh yeah, I'm telling you. He, define for me what is a good husband. What does a good husband do on Monday mornings, on Tuesday mornings, on Wednesday mornings, on Thursday mornings? What does a good husband do? Long pause. 8:55. He, okay, let's simplify it. What do I do that's wrong? Long pause. 9:14. She, you do nothing. You do nothing of nothing. He, I do nothing. I'm nothing. She, of nothing. He, of nothing. Nothing on nothing of nothing. So you're telling me that I plant my butt in this chair when I wake up in the morning, and I keep it here until I go to bed at night, and then I repeat the process the next day. She, No, I didn't say that. He, well, what does nothing on nothing with nothing mean? She, no, I just said two nothings. He, whatever. She, I said nothing of nothing. He, whatever, what does it mean? She, it means that you are my roommate. 9:58. She, that's what you are. You're my roommate. You're a messy roommate. And annoying too, because when you come to bed, you crump up the thing and you wake me up and you don't turn off the radio. That thing in the night. That's what you are. You're a roommate. He, finally we're getting close. I'm not clean enough for you? She, no, why? Roommates are not clean? He said, he, no, you just said I was messy. I'm going to ignore the crap about leaving the radio on because I never turned the radio on. I set the TV timer to turn itself off after 30 minutes. She, it didn't turn off last night. It did not. And when I was looking for a frickin' remote, I couldn't find it. He, then how did the TV get turned off? She, I don't remember. Maybe you turned it off. Or maybe I woke up before the thing turned off. Itself off, but you were sleeping and I woke up. 11:18. He, so all of this conversation today is because I left the TV on last night and I'm messy. She, man, really. He, honestly, I am not trying to minimize your pain. I'm just trying to understand what it is. She, no, you don't hear me. You don't listen. You're not listening. You're not listening. You're not. He, I don't know what you call what I'm doing if I'm not listening. She, I got no clue. He, you're not telling me anything. Aside from I left the TV on last night and I'm messy, we've been talking for an hour probably now, and that's all I got from you for why you're mad at me today. I can't improve anything if I don't know what it is. She, you made me mad and you. He, I made you mad. She, are you for real? 12:26. He, I made you mad. She, are you for real? Are you manipulating the conversation? What are you doing? He, of course, I'm manipulating the conversation. That's what I do. She, well then quit it. He, I'm trying to get to the point. Get me to the point. Why did I? What did I do that made you mad today? She, today? What today means? You did 1 hour ago when we were talking and I wasn't here and I said, wow, when you get the thing and I'm going to go to Italy with Tekla, that's when you get me mad. I got you mad. She, you asking me when and I'm telling you when. You asking me why and I'm telling you why. He, see, I thought you've been mad all day. She, no. He, no, you're just mad because I don't want you to take Tekla next week and go to Italy and wait for us there until Christmas. She, I, open your ears for once and for all. He, you didn't say when. She, I didn't say next week. He, but you implied it. She, no, first of all, I have work to do. Second of all, I have the 13th and the 14th, and I have recurring training to do, and I cannot avoid, otherwise I get fired. The 26th, I have a trip of 5 days, and in December, I have another trip to do. He, how do you know about December when we're not even in November yet? She, well, I'm telling you all my schedule so you can figure it out. That I wasn't talking about next week. It's not going to happen. Long pause. 12:42. He, if you want to go to Italy with Tekla 5 days before me and Luke do and wait for us over there, I don't have a big problem with that. She, there's no need to shit in the lane besides that. He, well, you notice how I put all the extras in there, like if you want to go for 5 days before us and meet us there when we're going to come and be there for 2 weeks anyway. That's not what you said. She, that is exactly what I meant, through her teeth to say. He, but you didn't say it. She, I said so. You decide to understand whatever you want to understand. He, the first thing you said was, if you win the lottery, I'm going to Italy. That's the first thing you said. She, I'm going to Italy doesn't mean now. He, if I win the lottery, I'm pretty sure you're going to quit your job. 1533. She, no, I am not. He, what does that mean? She, I am in hell. He, wait a minute. She, living with you is hell. He, let me see if I got this straight. She, I ain't going to leave my job. He, if we win the lottery, what you're telling me is we're going to go to Italy 5 days before our current planned trip, which is 3 months into the future. But I win the lottery now? She, did you understand? I have one trip, the Tuesday night. Tuesday night, I got to go to work. When I come back on Wednesday, I'm home. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I'm working. Then I got 4 more days off. Then I have the 13th and the 14th. I have to go and give this test. It's an examination. And all of this, if I don't do, I get fired. And guess what? You can make as much money as you want. I don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit. I like this job. I like it. He, I'm going to win $100 million in the lottery, and you're going to keep working. She, because I get to fly and I get to be me. I get to be Anna. I get to be a woman. I get to be seen and say, you're hot. See? So cool, because I'm still 39 and I still like to be seen as an attractive woman. Okay, so if you don't give that to me and someone else gives that to me, it's important and it helps my self-esteem. Okay? It helps me get through this shit with you. All right? So no, I'm not going to quit my job. 17:15. She, no, because then I stay with you. What am I going to do? I'm going to feel even more tired and even more, I feel sick and tired and in pain only when I'm home. When I'm flying and I'm working, I just feel fine. All the pain has disappeared. All of them. And people talk to me even like I was a smart woman. Guess what? I don't talk to you like you're a smart woman? She, they like to talk to me. You talk to me because you gotta talk to me. He, I don't talk to you like you're a smart woman? She, no, you talk to me to prove that you are smart and you are accomplishing all your stuff. That's different. He, you've obviously not heard me talk to somebody I think is dumb. She, yeah. 1825. She, anyway, so no, I'm not going to quit my job. See? He, those are famous last words. He, everybody says they're not going to quit their job if they win the lottery, and everybody quits their job when they win the lottery. She, only because they don't like their job, and only because they're not married to you. So, he, you really think that being a flight attendant is the best way for you to use your time if we don't need the things you get from you going to work there? She, what? It's the only thing I get to do being married to you that gives me a little bit of freedom. You're going to take that away from me? It's my sanity. Above all my sanity. I get to do all my growing up, all my thinking while I'm flying. You want to take that away from me too? He, it's because I just think you don't want to work when you have all that money and you have all of your own airplanes. So I can do any fucking thing anyway. I can go to Italy. He, for 2 months, I've been telling you that I want to move to Italy next year, spring, and live there. For 2 months, you've been telling me that you don't. She, you want to move to the top of the mountain with sheeps. He, actually, I don't really care for sheep, no. And I don't really want to live on top of a mountain. You know where I want to move to Italy? For 2 reasons. The first reason is my wife told me that she wanted a house on the beach. And I thought, great, I know a lot of riverfront property we can buy. And you corrected me and said, no, it has to be salt water. And I know better than to think that saltwater, oceanfront property is something we can afford. So I'm looking for someplace else, and besides, we have 2 Italian children, and we have a debt to those children to let them experience firsthand what it means to be Italian. She, yeah, but they cannot go only with mama if you cannot go. So, he, stop trying to tear apart our family. She, no, you're doing that all by yourself. He, my words and actions are not tearing apart this family. 146, long pause, 219. He, how is it that yesterday you understood that we're working together, nothing can stop us, and today I'm the worst person in the world? You tell me that I'm not a good husband, but you can't tell me what a good husband is. The best thing that you can do is tell me that my rules make it so that your mythical, non-existent trip can't happen. And you followed that statement up by telling me that if we win $100 million in the lottery, you're going to keep your pity little part-time job. You're insulting my intelligence when you say that. She, what else would I be doing? He, I don't know. Owning your own airline, running your own fancy restaurant, traveling the world, working on your tan? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you won't be working for somebody that you come home and complain about all the time. She, I don't complain about anybody. He, you don't complain about your job, you complain about the people you work for. She, no, I don't. When did I do that? What do I say about that? He, how many people that you went to training with a year ago are still employed there? She, only one. He, and don't you tell me about that? Didn't I know that already? She, I told you about they left, they quit. So what? So what? He, because they didn't like working there. Nobody liked it. She, yeah, I didn't quit though. He, no, you didn't quit. But she, because I liked it. He, you like your job more than the company. You don't have to deal with the company most of the time. She, right, so what? He, how do you feel about this test they're making you take? She, well, what that means. He, I don't know, it could mean, how do you feel about what it's like to take, what is it this test makes you feel like that they're making you take? How do you feel about being forced to take this test? How do you feel about studying for this test? That's requirement for your job, and if you don't pass it, you're fired? She, well, I understand that you got to do it. It's mandatory. It's for the good of people flying because some flight attendants don't give a shit. He, because you need to be tested on an airplane that you never get on. That's what you told me yesterday. I don't even fly on these things. She, okay, so what? He, okay, so I'm going to get fired because I don't know enough about this airplane that I never fly on. I'm pretty sure, I might be paraphrasing a little bit, but that's pretty much what you told me yesterday. She, yeah, so what? He, and what was my reaction to telling me that yesterday? Didn't we have a nice long conversation about how silly it is to worry about things that don't matter? She, oh yeah. He, didn't we talk about how we don't have to worry about you passing the test because you're going to pass the test anyway? She, yeah, sure, yeah. By the Holy Spirit on my head is going to put the answer inside my brain, and I'm going to get the answer right. Whoa. He, well, I must not be a good husband if I give you a pep talk like that. I tell you to believe in you. Clearly, that makes me an unfit husband. She, no, it makes you a hypocrite. I'm not even open to the frickin' book. How would I make it right? How would I pass the test if I don't even read and I even study what I need to know? How would I? He, that wasn't what was the question. She, it was the question. He, no, it was why are you so worried about it? She, because I don't have time to study. You guys are not letting me study, and because I have to do this thing, but I don't know the answers of this. He, last night, after our conversation, I took care of everything in the house so that you could have a nice long bath followed by uninterrupted study time until it was time for the kids to go to bed. She, yeah, broke my computer upstairs. He, I didn't touch your computer. She, yeah, you didn't do nothing. Long pause, 7:02. He, I can certainly understand why you think I'm not a very good husband. Clearly, I don't support you in any of your efforts. Clearly, I don't think that you're good enough. Clearly, I don't think you're smart enough. Clearly, I'm not attracted to you. All of these things would make it, I don't understand why you still live here. She, there you go. Me neither. He, that's sarcasm, every ounce of it. She, oh, well, you got it all right, that's for sure. 8:15. How long do you think is a good idea for us to do this? 9:31. He, a little longer? She, a little longer what? He, I asked you how long you think a good idea to continue to do this. She, continue to do what? He, this conversation. She, for me, it's over, so we can be done. I'm tired. He, how long is it going to last? She, I said we can be done. He, so you're about to fall asleep, and then we wake up in the morning, and it's like nothing ever happened, and we go back to being a happy family? She, why, were we happy? He, I thought so. She, oh yeah, it must be your age or something where you get for granted everything, and you just keep going your way. He, okay, let me rephrase the question. So we just go to sleep and tomorrow we go back to pretending we're happy? Like we did, I don't know, today? She, yeah. He, yesterday? She, yeah. And the last 3 months? Sure. He, and the last 3 months? Yeah. She, sure. Isn't that what life is? He, I don't know what you think life is. She, isn't that what marriage is? He, I don't know what you think marriage is either. 12:20. She closes her computer and leaves the room.